Okay, so we're now on our part 2 of this video about operations with rational algebraic expression focuses on addition and subtraction of dissimilar RAEs. Kung nandito ka na sa part 2, ibig sabihin tapos ka na sa part 1 wherein pinag-aralan natin kung paano nga ba maghanap ng LCM or least common multiples na siya ring steps natin on how to find the least common denominators among the given rational algebraic expressions. Okay, so what are the steps in adding and subtracting dissimilar RAEs? Step number 1, we have to look for the LCD. So, ito nga po yung ginawa natin dun sa part 1 wherein naghanap tayo ng mga LCM. Then, on step number 2, multiply the factors to obtain the LCD. So, this step is the counterpart of our step in adding and subtracting fractions wherein dinidivide natin si LCD by the denominator then multiply to the numerator. So, medyo pinaikli lang natin para mas hindi kayo malito when it comes to making our dissimilar RAEs into similar RAEs. And then on step number 3, we have to add or subtract the resulting numerator. And on step number 4, we have to simplify the final answer by looking for the common factors among the numerator and denominator. So, tandaan nyo po, kailangan pa rin nating isulat ng ating sagot into its simplified form. Okay? So, let's jump to our first example. We have here 4x plus 3 all over 9 minus 2x plus 5 all over 6. Step number 1 is to find the least common denominators. So, our denominators are 9 and 6. And to find the LCD, para lang tayo naghahanap ng LCM, again, write the prime factors. We have 3 times 3 for our 9, and then 3 times 2 para sa 6 natin. And again, to find the LCD, hanapin muna natin yung first common natin, and that is 3. Then, the rest ng hindi common, saka natin siya i-multiply. 3 times 3 is 9 times 2 is 18. So, our LCD for our first example is 18. That means, kailangan ang ating denominator ay maging 18. So, for our first RAE, 4x plus 3. So, let's enclose that in our quantity or parenthesis all over 9. Okay? So, what is 18 divided by 9? That is 2. So, we have to multiply both numerator and denominator by 2. That will make our denominator 18, and we have to multiply 2 to our binomial. 2 times 4x plus 3. That means yung 2 imumultiply natin sa 4x, imumultiply din natin sa 3. That is distributive property. The resulting numerator will be 8x plus 6. Again, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 3 is 6, and the denominator now will be 18. Now, for our second RAE, same process. We have 2x plus 5 all over 6. What is 18 divided by 6? That is 3. So, yung 3, yung imumultiply natin on our numerator and denominator. So, we're going to have 3 times 2x plus 5 all over. Now, what is 6 times 3? 18 na din siya. Ayan na. Common na yung ating denominator. Again, that is 18. Now, for the numerator, again, 3 times 2 distributive property, that is 6x. And then 3 times 5, that is 15. Now, we're going to subtract our numerators na. And dahil minus po ito, ibig sabihin, it will affect the sign of our subtrahend. So, yung 8x and 6 natin, copy lang. Pero si 6x and 15, mapapalitan yung sign nila. From positive 6x, that will be negative 6x. And from positive 15, that will be negative 15. All over their common denominator, which is 18. Now, let's find the like terms, 8x and negative 6. Pag pinagsama natin ang 8x and negative 6, that is 2x. And then, positive 6 and negative 15, that is negative 9. Okay? All over 18. So, the final answer for our example number 1 is 2x minus 9 all over 18. So, wala na po tayong isi-simplify pa dito dahil wala naman tayong common factor sa ating numerator. So, wala tayong pwedeng ma-cancel out. Okay, so let's have our example number 2. So we have here 5 all over 4a squared b plus 9 all over 6ab cubed. So the first step is to find the LCD. So unahin natin yung numerical coefficients 4 and then 6. List down natin ang prime factors. For 4, we have 2 times 2. For 6, we have 2 times 3. Ano yung unang common? We have 2. Then the remaining, we have 2 and then 3. 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 is 12. Now, for the variables, we have a squared and a, and then b and b cubed. Again, when it comes to LCD, ang kinukuha natin ngayon ay yung may largest exponent. So, a squared at saka b cubed po tayo. So, ang mabubuo nating LCD is 12 a squared b cubed. Okay? So, for our first RAE, we have 5 all over 4a squared b. 12a squared b cubed divided by 4a squared b. So, that is 3b squared. So, yan yung imumultiply natin sa numerator at sa denominator para maging similar. RA is yung dalawa nating RAE dito. So, 5 times 3 is 15 and then b squared all over magiging 12a squared b cubed na po yan. Okay? Next, let's have our second RAE. 9 all over 6a b cubed. 12 divided by 6 is 2. A squared divided by a is a, and then b cubed divided by b cubed is 1. So, no need na to write. So, yung 2a, yung imumultiply natin ngayon sa ating numerator and denominator. So, we have 9 times 2a is 18a all over 6 times 2 is 12. 8 times a is a squared, and then copy na lang si b cubed. So, pareho na yung ating denominator. Ano po? So, we can combine na our numerators. Are they like terms? Pareho ba yung variables nila? So, kita nyo naman po, hindi sila magkapareho. So, we can just rewrite it as 15b squared plus 18a. Hindi mo sila pwedeng ipag-add kasi magkaiba yung variables nila. Then, copy the common denominator, 12a squared b cubed. And kung mapapansin nyo po, si 15 at saka si 18, pareho silang factorable by 3. So, that will be, we're going to have 15b squared divided by 3, 5b squared. And then 18 divided by 3, we have 6a. Again, we factored out 3 because 15 and 18 have the common factor 3 all over 12a squared b cubed. Ngayon, meron ba tayong pwedeng makancel from the numerator and denominator na factors? Factors po. Yes, meron. We have 3 and then 12. Both divisible by 3. So, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now, the answer for our example number 2 should be 1 times 5b squared, that is 5b squared. 1 times 6a is 6a. All over 4 times a squared times b cubed, magiging 4a squared b cubed na po. So, this will be our final answer, or we can also rewrite it as mauuna yung may a, and then isunod natin, positive naman si 5b squared, so positive 5b squared. Again, common denominator nila ngayon ay si 4a squared b cubed. Again, pwede po mangyari yan kung meron tayong pwedeng ma-factor out at ma-cancel among numerator and denominator. So, for the final answer, we have 5b squared plus 6a all over 4a squared b cubed, or 6a plus 5b squared all over 4a squared b cubed. Let's have our example number 3. So, we have here 6 all over x plus 1 plus 4 all over x minus 1. Same steps to follow. LCD po muna tayo. And as you can see, denominator 1, wala naman ng ibang factors. And sa denominator 2, wala ring ibang factors. So, automatically, silang dalawa yung magiging LCD natin. Okay? So, for 6 all over x plus 1, so, itong LCD, pag dinivide natin by x plus 1, ano lang ang matitira? That is x minus 1. So, yun yung imumultiply natin on the numerator and on our denominator. Okay, so that means we have 6 times x minus 1 all over our denominator, x plus 1, again quantity, x minus 1. So that means 6 times x, we have 6x, 6 times negative 1, negative 6, again all over our common denominator, x plus 1 times x minus 1. Next, our second RAE, we have 4 over x minus 1. So, for the LCD, x plus 1, x minus 1 divided by x minus 1. Again, alin yung matitira? Ay si x plus 1. So, i-multiply natin yan sa numerator at sa ating denominator para maging common na ang denominator as x plus 1 times x minus 1. So, ito po yun, x plus 1. Ito si x minus 1. So, nilagay natin sila sa quantity. And then, 4 times x plus 1. That means, 4 times x is 4x. And then, 4 times positive 1 is positive 4. Again, over their common denominator, x plus 1 and x minus 1. Then again, addition yung ating operation, walang maapektuhan na sign. So, pwede na tayong mag-add ng like terms. 6x and 4x, that will be 10x. And then negative 6 plus positive 4, that is negative 2. All over our common denominator, x plus 1 times x minus 1. And again, meron tayong pwedeng ma-factor kay 10 at kay 2. That is positive 2. So, factor out natin. 10 will become 5x minus 1 all over our common denominator, the quantity of x plus 1 times the quantity of x minus 1. So, meron ba tayong factors na pwedeng makancel from our numerator and denominator? Wala na po. Ano po? Meron man tayong x minus 1 dito at may nakikita rin kayong halos x minus 1 sa taas, hindi po yun pwede kasi yung nasa numerator natin is 5x minus 1. Okay? So, wala na tayong common factors from the numerator and denominator. So, ito na yung ating magiging final answer. Okay, let's have our example number 4. B all over 2b plus 4 plus 3b minus 1 all over 3b plus 6. So, same step pa rin tayo. Find the LCD. So, we have to factor our denominators. The first denominator is 2b plus 4. So, factorable siya by GCMF. Tama po ba? So, the factors will be 2 times b plus 2. So, yung 2 yung GCF natin, cancel out natin or factor out natin from the binomial. Ang magiging resulting binomial is b plus 2. So, same as sa 3b plus 6. So, common nila ay 3. Factor out natin. Matitira din ay b plus 2. So, now, alin yung common natin? That is b plus 2. And then, yung hindi common factors, rewrite pa rin natin. Okay, so bago tayo mag-proceed to step number 2, it is much better to rewrite our RAEs with the denominator as their factors. So, ano nga ba yung factor ng ating 2b plus 4? Again, that is 2 and then b plus 2. And then, for our second RAE, 3b minus 1 all over, again, what are the factors of the denominator? That is 3 and then b plus 2. Okay? So, now, proceed na tayo sa step number 2. So, our numerator is b all over 2 times b plus 2. So, b plus 2 times 2 times 3, pag dinivide natin by 2 times b plus 2, ang matitira na lang ay 3. Yun yung ating i-multiply sa ating numerator. So, 3 and also on our denominator para maging similar. RA is sila later on. So, b times 3 is 3b. And then, for our denominator, we have 2 times b plus 2 times 3 na. Ayan. Okay. So, plus. For our second RAE, we have 3b minus 1. Again, enclose natin sa parenthesis. All over the denominator 3, b plus 2. And then, i-divide natin ang LCD with this denominator. At titira na lang ay 2. So, yun yung i-multiply natin on our numerator and denominator. That will be 2 times 3b minus 1 all over 3, b plus 2, and then times 2. So, common na yung denominators nila. Ano po? Now, we have to distribute this. We're going to have 2 times 3b is 6b. And then 2 times negative 1, we have negative 2 or minus 2. Again, our common denominator, pwede natin siyang i-rewrite as b plus 2 times 2 times 3. Same as yung first RAE natin, 3b all over b plus 2 times 2 times 3. Okay? So, now let's add our like terms. We have 3b and 6b. Pag pinag-add, that is 9b. And then, yung negative 2, walang common. So, copy na lang natin. All over our common denominator, b plus 2 or the quantity of b plus 2 times 2 times 3. So, wala naman na tayong pwedeng makancel. Kaya, this will be our final answer for our example number 4. Okay, down to our final example. We have 9 all over x squared minus 36 minus 5 all over x squared plus 5x minus 6. So, first step is to find the LCD, and in this way din po, malalaman natin kung paano nga ba natin pwede i-rewrite itong ating dalawang RAE. So, the first one is x squared minus 36. So, kung nanood kayo sa video natin ng part 1, alam nyo na kung ano ang ating LCD dito. So, paano nga ba yun? What are the factors of this difference of two squares? That is x plus 6 and x minus 6. And then, for our general trinomial, x squared plus 5x minus 6. So, what are the factors of negative 6 na kapag pinag-add ay positive 5 ang sagot? That is positive 6 and negative 1. So, that means positive 6 times negative 1 is negative 6, and then positive 6 plus negative 1, that is positive 5. So, ano yung common sa kanila? Common yung x plus 6, then the rest ng hindi common yung ating isusunod. Okay? So, this will be our LCD for example number 5. But before we proceed in our step number 2, i-rewrite na muna natin ang ating RAEs. So, we have here 9 all over, ano ulit yung factors niya? X plus 6 times x minus 6. Minus, we have 5. Then, its denominator as factors, we have x plus 6 and x minus 1. Okay? So, dito pa lang makikita nyo na kung ano yung matitira natin dito sa LCD na pwede natin i-multiply sa ating mga numerators. So, dun sa unang RAE, we have 9. Saan nga ba natin i-multiply yan? Ano ang quotient between the LCD and our denominator? So, x plus 6, x minus 6, makakancel, matitira na lang ay x minus 1. So, we have to multiply our numerator by x minus 1 and also the denominator x minus 1 para maging similar RAEs na sila. Okay? So, that means we have 9 times the quantity of x minus 1, and our denominator will be x plus 6 times the quantity of x minus 6 times the quantity of x minus 1. So, yan na yung LCD natin. Ano po? Now, for our second RAE, again, minus po yan. 5 all over x plus 6 x minus 1. So, LCD divided by our denominator, x plus 6 makakancel, x minus 1 makakancel, matitira na lang ay ang x minus 6. So, yan yung imumultiply natin sa numerator and denominator para maging similar RAE na po ang ating given. So, 5 times the quantity of x minus 6 all over quantity of x plus 6 times the quantity of x minus 1 times the quantity of x minus 6. So, kung mapapansin nyo, pareho na yung ating denominators. So, now for the numerators, apply na natin yung distributive property muna. 9 times x and 9 times negative 1, that is 9x minus 9. Again, the denominator is the quantity of x plus 6, x minus 6, and x minus 1. minus 5 times x is 5x, and then 5 times negative 6 is negative 30, all over our common denominator, quantity of x plus 6, quantity of x minus 6, so inuna natin yung nasa dulo natin factor, and then we have the quantity of x minus 1. Again, 5 times x is 5x, 5 times 6 is 30. But again, dahil minus yan, mapapalitan po ang sign ng 5x and 30 kasi siya yung nasa subtrahend. Ano po? So, magkakaroon tayo ng 9x minus 9. Ang ating 5x na positive magiging negative 5x. At yung ating negative 30 magiging positive 30. All over our common denominator, that is the quantity of x plus 6 times the quantity of x minus 6 times the quantity of x minus 1. Okay? Now, let's add the like terms, 9x and negative 5x. So, 9 minus 5, that is 4x. And then, negative 9 and 30, or 30 minus 9, that is positive 21. All over our common denominator, x plus 6, x minus 6, and x minus 1. So, meron po ba tayong pwede ma-factor kay 4 and kay 21? Wala na po. And this will be our final answer for our example number 5. So, this will be the last example for our operations with rational algebraic expressions under addition and subtraction of dissimilar arrays. So, I hope you learned something from this video. Huwag kalimutang mag-thumbs up, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe, at huwag kalimutang i-click ang notification bell button para ma-notify kayo once na mag-upload ako ng ating video lessons. So, thank you for watching. Bye-bye!